Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the new GoPro Hero 8 Black, and it's something that they do every year now. They're releasing a new camera in their lineup, and we'll be talking about whether or not you should upgrade to this camera or buy it if you're a first-time camera buyer. So let's get started. Now you may have noticed, if you have a keen eye, that this is actually the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and that's kind of the discussion and debate that I'll be talking about in this video, whether or not the Hero 8 is going to be worth its weight in stone, or if you are a first-time camera buyer, if you should even look at this camera in general. So if you want to learn more about that sort of thing, then just keep on watching. We'll be discussing a lot of details and not so much how the camera performs overall, because there are a ton of video and tech reviewers out there that have good footage, who have test cameras. I don't have that Hero 8 yet, but I will be getting it. So I'll be talking about this camera as a buyer, not a tester. If you are a buyer and you're looking for a camera, then this will be for you. I'll be talking about all sorts of things outside of the realm of how it performs, because realistically it's performing really great, and all the footage out there that shows the Hypersmooth 2.0 and the boost, it looks amazing. There is no reason why you shouldn't buy this if you're looking for an action camera. But if you are in a different market, and I cover that in this video, you'll know why you shouldn't buy it. So let's keep on keeping on and move into the details. The first one is, why are you buying this camera? Are you somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel, or you're a social media influencer or something like that? Do you just want to shoot action footage? Then these are all the things that you should be asking yourself before you even think about the GoPro Hero 8 as a camera choice. So if you're trying to start a YouTube channel or something more professional, this is a good B camera to support a main camera. It can of course be used for vlogging or a main camera, and definitely in action, and that's what GoPro is trying to market this camera as, with shoot it all with one camera sort of marketing campaign. And I do believe that you can get away with using the GoPro. Like, I use this thing to vlog on and shoot like a video really quick, but if you want something more like this, what it's studio setup, and have something more professional, then this GoPro is not going to offer you that. And I have tested that, it doesn't come out looking as good. A loophole in this system is if you have a good smartphone that could shoot 4K, like this one. This is the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Not new by any means, but it does shoot good video, and it has lasted the test of time. I mean, it came out like 4 years ago now, and it's still working really well. So if you want to start like a channel or something, you can use a smartphone. A lot of the bigger channels have done that and had success. And then if you want to supplement that with the GoPro, then it's kind of a very good system. But again, it's not going to give you those really high-end professional looks. It's just like, it's going to give you like an average all-arounder sort of experience, which will be very good for a small channel. But if you want to grow and get something more professional, then obviously you're going to have to invest more money and get better equipment. But if you're starting out, then a smartphone in the GoPro is a good match, and it should work to get you through most situations. Me personally, I like to upload action video and share my trail rides, my adventures, so I want the best stabilization that I can get, and the Hero 7 Black offered me that with the Hypersmooth capability. But I'm really looking forward to the Hero 8 Black and testing it out once I get it. With that being said, I also have a main camera, which is the Lumix G85, and if I didn't have the G85 and I was in the camera market, then I wouldn't be going and purchasing a GoPro of any kind. I would definitely be purchasing a nicer full-size camera, like the Panasonic the Panasonic Lumix G7 is retailing for around $399, and I've seen it cheaper than that, and it's like the baby brother of the G85 and the GH5. It was their newest, and it was their first 4K camera of its size. So if you're interested in getting into the photography, videography thing, then I really suggest getting a regular sized camera over the GoPro Hero 8 or any of the other GoPro action cameras. On to the next topic of cost. This one is pretty straightforward. The cost of the Hero 8 Black is $399, and they dropped the Hero 7 price down to $329. I would expect that they're going to drop that even more in the future, but for the time being, those are the prices. We also have the GoPro Max, which is like a pretty cool 3D camera, and it has some all-in-one capabilities, but that's a different topic for a different day. That one's retailing for $499. I think that's a bit steep for what it is, but anyways, let's carry on with the cost of the Hero 8 Black. $399 kind of plays into the topic that I just talked about, like where you're at with photography, videography, what you want to shoot, and why. So that's pretty much it. If you have $399 to spend, what's the reason why you want to get the GoPro Hero 8 Black over a regular camera or a smartphone? It really depends on what you want to shoot. Do you want something that can get you through all different forms of video, but really not that great in certain areas of videography? Well, the GoPro Hero 8 and all the other GoPros is a decent choice for you. It's very simple and very straightforward, so it'll get you filming and get you uploading. Do you want a great main camera that only costs $399? Then get the Panasonic G7. Those are amazing cameras still in 2019, and they were released over 4 years ago. So you get a lot of bang for buck if you go with a full-size body and camera like that, because you could shoot everything that you need. The action camera obviously offers really cool perspective, but you could still shoot that with a main camera and just get a third-person point of view, which in my opinion is more interesting anyways if you're not really a full-time action sports enthusiast. And the last option for that same price would be getting a Galaxy S8 by Samsung. Those are really great phones, and it's a step up from what I have currently as far as a smartphone, and that will make it so that you could shoot video, you can edit, you can upload to social media right away, and it's just kind of like an all-in-one sort of media influencer package. And if you don't have like a laptop or a camera, then you really need to start somewhere else thinking about getting the GoPro 8. You should probably get like a smartphone so that you have all that connectivity and that platform to share your stuff, because that's really where it starts. Having the camera doesn't really mean anything. I know a ton of people who have cameras, really nice cameras, and they want to share their stories or they want to shoot something professional, and there's nothing stopping them. It's just they don't do it. So if you have the means and you have the drive, then I think a cell phone will get you through what you need to do. So let's jump into the next topic. So comparing this camera to other action cameras as far as the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 7 Black, the stabilization is really good. I don't think that you would really be able to tell if you were just like a hobbyist or like a family movie shooter. You really wouldn't be able to tell the difference in the stabilization if you just played it blindly by itself. Now, if you play it side by side with other cameras, obviously it'll be more noticeable, especially if you're comparing the Hero 8 to like a Hero 4 or something. There's no contest. But with that being said, I do think that the Hypersmooth 2.0 is going to be worth it. I'm on the Hero 7 Black right now, and it does look better in my opinion, only because I shoot with the Hero 7 Black almost every day, and I'm seeing those small little details. I could see differences in the Hero 8 Black, so I would get the Hero 8 Black if I was looking for something for action sports and something that was going to be really stable. And even if you have the Hero 7 Black, I mean, I'm tempted to get the Hero 8 Black, and I'm going to get it, but you know, if you have the Hero 7 Black, is it going to be worth it? You know, personally, I wouldn't do it if I was just sharing my videos for my friends and whatnot, but for me, it's about creating something for myself and also sharing with a community. I wouldn't say it's professional, but I have to have a certain standard, and the Hero 8 Black kind of brings me up to another notch. And unfortunately, I play into the marketing stereotype and the consumerism behind it, but you know, with cameras, it's one of the only things that I do that with, and I think it's important to have the highest standard that you could get. The Hero 8 Black happens to have that, so that's my argument for upgrading to that camera. It just depends on where you want to sit professionally or hobbyist, where you stand. On to the next topic, which is functionality. Out of everything that GoPro has done, I still tend to notice that the simplicity and usability is something that they try to keep very apparent in their cameras. Compared to the multiple other action cameras that I've used, the GoPro series has always been the most easy to pick up and shoot with, and the easiest to transfer the files over with. So if that's something that you're interested in and is a big factor of why you buy something, then I would say that the GoPro offers the best user interface for sure out of any of the action cameras. Also, for a hobbyist or for somebody who is starting out in photography or videography, the form of this camera is very straightforward. You have a record button on the top of it and a power button on the side, and you can just hit record and it'll start recording. There's no lenses, there's no knobs or no numbers involved with this. So if you are new to it and you don't want to get like a full-size camera body that has all sorts of gizmos on it, which is understandable, then the GoPro Hero 8 would be great, and any of the GoPros in the Hero 5 and up will do the job just well. The new form factor of the GoPro Hero 8 Black is also really great because it makes things less fiddly without having the camera cage that it has to sit in. It's the same size as the Hero 7 Black in the cage, but it doesn't have one, so you don't have to worry about like popping it in there. And I've noticed that with the Hero 7 Black, that if you don't line it up perfectly with the cage housing, then it kind of like feels like it's jamming into the housing, and I just don't like that. So again, the functionality has been even optimized more with no cage or any housing that you have to put it in. It's just there, and you shoot with it how it is. It has the mounts on the bottom of it. And another thing about the mounts, I thought that these were kind of gimmicky at first, but then I realized that they actually have replacement hardware, so if you do break it, then you can just replace it. So I thought that they were trying to implement something that could fail and you'd have to buy a new camera, but that's actually the opposite. They engineered it pretty well, and they made something that was replaceable if it breaks, but it's also very efficient and effective. As a bonus to all those simple functionality hacks, you do have the availability of using Pro Tune, which opens up the camera to all those specific settings that you would find on a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. So if you are a beginner with videography and photography, but you start learning stuff as you go, then the GoPro will offer all those technical settings that you need as a pro level photographer or videographer. So that's another great bonus of functionality that the GoPro has. And the last topic that I want to talk about is reliability, and this is where the GoPro really has a dark side that I'm going to talk about. Personally, I haven't had too many negative experiences with my GoPro freezing or turning off or having problems writing my cards while I'm recording, but I have heard numerous accounts of this happening, so keep that in mind. I would say that out of the year that I've been using my Hero 7 Black, I've only experienced about 2% failure rate out of 365 days, so maybe like 7 days out of the times that I have been recording, some sort of weird glitch has happened, and I don't expect that with like a standard camera like a DSLR or a mirrorless, but I can give a little bit of leeway to a camera that is as small as the GoPro and has so much hardware internally and is processing so much stuff for the size. I could give a little bit of leeway there, And in my experience, like I said, I've only had a few days out of the entire year where something happens and it doesn't stop the whole day of filming or anything. It's just like a very inconvenient 30 seconds of, oh, I have to take out the card or I have to take out the battery. But it does happen, so that's one of the negatives, which is reliability, and I hear it all the time, so keep that in mind. That kind of rhymed. So another negative about reliability in GoPro is that they are tending to release a new camera every single year, which is hard to keep up with if you're a consumer, if you're trying to shoot video and have it consistent. So keep that in mind that every year, so far in the past 4 to 5 years, they've released a new camera, and they're all pretty similar, but with just like a minor upgrade, which is kind of annoying. Luckily, the Hero 8 Black is still compatible with the older accessory lineup, with most of them anyways, because it's the same form factor. It just doesn't have the cage. So if you are familiar with how big a GoPro Hero 5 or Hero 6 Black or whatever camera, Hero 5 and up, then you'll know the form factor of that with the housing. Just imagine this camera without a housing. It's just a little bit thicker and a little bit, wider and taller. So that's something to think about, but it does work with the majority of the accessories, and it does work with the batteries, which is a bonus. So let's wrap this video up and talk about whether or not you should buy the Hero 8 Black for yourself. Well, if you're in the action camera market, then absolutely, there's no reason not to. It's the newest technology, and GoPro has had a good track record at releasing the best stabilization on the market. If you don't know what sort of camera you're looking for, then hopefully this video helped you to understand that maybe the action camera isn't the best fit for you. But maybe I answered some of your questions and you'll be on the right path to find something perfect for you. Personally, I think that this camera is awesome for what I do. I will be purchasing the GoPro Hero 8 Black whenever it is released, and I can't wait to share those videos with you. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, then please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. And subscribe, push notifications, whatever else that there is. I don't know, share it with your dog, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to go out there and create your own adventure however you can. Peace. I guess I can take these off now.